guys, Karen here today, and I'm doing something really simple. We ran out of vegetable broth in the freezer, and I always like to have some stocked up, ready to go. And back in the day, I used to buy it from the store, and then one day I was like, it cannot be that hard to make. So I was like, let me figure out how to do this, and I've been doing it ever since. It's really simple. You can make a chicken broth. You could just add the chicken to it with whatever I'm going to do here, and yeah, and then you just let that cook. I think you will let that cook a little bit longer, but I'm going to show you what I have here, my little setup. And today I will be using the Le Creuset 10-quart stock pot. Yes, it's handy, very handy. Yeah, I think this is the smallest one. I didn't see a reason to get the bigger one because, well, actually, I tell a lie. The bigger one would be great if you were canning large quantities of food, but I don't can a whole lot, or the water canning. So this does a good job no matter what. So I'm just going to show you what I have, and then we'll get started. So what you're going to need first is your stock pot, whatever stock pot you intend on using. Like I said, I'm using the Le Creuset 10-quart pot. You're going to need olive oil, at least 3 tablespoons, or 3/4 of a cup, perhaps. You're going to need whatever jars you're going to use. These have already been washed and cleaned out, and they're ready. And yeah, I was just about to say, when I fill them, I only fill them I don't fill them all the way to the top, because you have to leave some room so that when it freezes, it doesn't come out of the lid. Had that happened before. It's not a pretty sight. I have my funnel so that I can pour it from the pot or a bowl into the jars without major cleanup. I'm going to use carrots, celery, 2 bay leaves, parsley, 2 different types of thyme. So I have lemon thyme, German thyme, and then I have rosemary from the garden, and the parsley too, hey, and red onion and garlic. And what I'm going to do to didn't I have some? No, that's it. What I'm going to do to my herbs here is I'm going to use this rubber band, and I'm going to tie them all together and then drop them in. Also, what I wanted to just say is all of this, when I'm done with the stock, I'm going to make a vegetable soup. Probably add some lentils to it. Yeah, for dinner tonight. That way none of this gets wasted. Waste not, want not. Because this pot is not cast iron, it does not tolerate heat without having the oil or water in the bottom. This is water-based cooking, so you want to move quickly in getting your things in and moving it around. You don't want to leave this pot empty. So first I'll be pouring in my olive oil. I'm just going to use the rest of this. The pot heats up really fast, so you want to have everything all ready to go. Now I've added my onions. I'm going to place it at medium heat. I'm going to add the garlic, carrots, and celery. I'm adding carrots. And now I'm going to add the garlic, as well as the 2 bay leaves. And now I'm going to stir this a little bit. And you want to have at least a gallon of water ready to go. So I'm going to add my herbs next. And so I tied my herbs with a little rubber band from the grocery store that comes off the vegetables on the end, and I'm just going to place it in this way. So now I'll be adding the salt, at least 2 teaspoons, and I'm using a coarse salt. Now you want to add your water. Depending on how many jars you want to fill up or how much you want to have, you can add a lot more water than this. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. Okay guys, so I added an extra teaspoon of salt. I'm going to add a teaspoon of black pepper, and I'm going to let this simmer for 30 minutes. So just put it on simmer for 30 minutes, and then I'll check back in with you guys. Here's what it looks like so far. Okay. Okay guys, so this is about 30 minutes. I've let it sit. I did add some more salt to it, so I think I added about 2 more teaspoons and another teaspoon of pepper. But this is done at this point. This is 30 minutes later, as I said before. And so I'm just gonna let it sit here for a little bit and cool down, and then I'll show you the final product over in what it looks like in the jars. So I'm gonna fill this jar up, probably right here. I have my little handy dandy measuring cup. So I'm just gonna scoop it out here and pour it inside. And if you hear somebody talking or making sounds, Maya's sitting next to me. Hi Maya.
Hi guys.
All right. I did let it cool for like 15 minutes. All right, and then I'm just gonna stop right there, right here in this jar, so it's about that much in there. And that way, once it freezes, it doesn't do like it did before. Burst in the freezer. So take that, and here's the next bottle.
Did you tell them why?
Did I tell them why? Why did it burst?
Water.
Are you going to go through the scientific methods?
Ice has a higher density than water does. So when it freezes, it got bigger and went up. Science.
Oops.
What's in it?
So this is the second one. And I'm just going to finish the rest of them and then show you the final product. So guys, this is the final product. These are, I have 5 jars of broth. I also date them so that when they go in the freezer, I know exactly what they're for and how long they've been in there. I still have quite a bit left, but I'm going to use this for our lentil soup, lentil vegetable soup tonight. And yeah, so that was easy. Let me know if you want me to put the recipe. If you hear noise, that's Maya. Maya gonna come over and take us out?
Please like, share, subscribe, and check out our channel where we have a playlist of other Le Creuset pots we had and other Le Creuset pots that we cooked with in a separate playlist that has now been updated thanks to moi. And I'm gonna go study, so.
It's your last week of classes?
Yeah, it's the last week of classes. We call it Death Week. Okay, no one really calls it that, but that's what it feels like. So we'll leave it to mom to close out the video. But bye guys.